Yeah, man, what's happening? Your boy Jay Green back at it again. Right now, I'm about to bring you my review for Captain Marvel. Now, this movie stars Brie Larson, Sam Jackson, Ben Mendelsohn. We got Jude Law. You got Annette Bening, Letitia Lynch. We got a gang of people up in this movie right here, and it was directed by Anne Bowden. All right, y'all, your homie's about to break it down like this. We both know that Ant-Man was not the film that people were looking for to tell them what was going to happen next in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Ant-Man, while he's a cool character, he's also a side character. He's a sidekick. Let's be real. In fact, if you saw Ant-Man, nothing throughout that movie, I'm talking about from the beginning to the very end of the credits, gave you any inkling or an idea of where they were going to go next. When you look at Captain Marvel, you're looking at a character that Nick Fury hit up in the end of Infinity War as everybody was getting dusted. She's clearly got the power and the capability and the knowledge and wherewithal to help out in the situation to keep more people from getting dusted. So this movie, with that said, had a big task. It had to give us a great origin story. It had to be entertaining, obviously, and it definitely had to carry on the legacy of wonderful and great, fun Marvel installments. Also, from a story standpoint, you have to give us an idea of who this chick is. What are her powers? Why is she the one that Nick Fury feels is the only one out of all the people he's met and known that can help out with this situation? Did it do its job? Did it handle the task famously? Now, the answer to that question is kinda. Now, the reason why I say kinda is because of this. Number one, I enjoy a movie that is somewhat non-linear. A movie that shows you a little something over here, and then it's gonna give you a little something over here, and then it's gonna tie it all together in the end. This movie does something similar to that. That in the effect that it opens up with scenes towards the end of the film in the beginning, and it also opens up with scenes that let you see pieces of her getting her powers, if you will. But you got to watch the entire film to see how everything kind of plays out, and then you understand, oh, okay, I get it. This is what it was. The only problem with that is when you actually see these scenes play out in the movie, they're kind of anticlimactic, meaning it's not that big, oh shit, that's how it went down, or oh fuck, this is what's going on. It's kind of like, all right, I mean, you let the entire scene play out, but there wasn't anything that made me kind of get that awe-inspiring moment of, wow, here's our hero. So I thought that was kind of messed up about the story. When it comes to her in general, we don't really get much backstory to her. We just see a bunch of things that they've already showed us in the trailers, replayed out a little bit longer in the film, that kind of give us the story that this girl has a lot of perseverance, that she's a go-getter, she's a fighter. Now, look, I'm all for women or men being fighters in film, but again, you have to give me a little bit more backstory into the character to make me understand why I should be clapping and stomping my feet during their moments of triumph. If you don't give me that, I'm not that invested into that moment. I'm just like, okay, good for her. Now, a few things that I did enjoy about this movie was, number one, Sam Jackson's de-aging. There's definitely going to be a question. Is it going to take me out the movie? Is it going to look good? I thought his de-aging was phenomenal. I grew up watching Sam Jackson back in the day. I'm talking about Die Hard with a Vengeance, The Negotiator, I'm not going to jail today, all that shit. And I thought he looked just like he did back in the day, maybe even better. So big ups to Marvel and the whole studio situation for putting that on. I enjoyed the banter and the relationship that Carol Danvers and Nick Fury had together.
You know how to fly this thing?
We'll see.
That's a yes or no question.
I thought it was great. It was believable. Her whole fish out of water aspect being in the 90s back on Earth. She don't remember none of that from before she left. And Sam Jackson being a guy who has yet to see an alien race or true heroes with powers and whatnot. And I thought his reactions and his responses were flawless, on point, hella entertaining. You know to expect nothing less than greatness from Sam Jackson. Now, another thing that I hella liked about this movie was the relationship between Maria Rambeau and Carol Danvers. Maria Rambeau was Carol Danvers' best friend back in the day when they were in the Air Force. Now, two things. If you don't have Maria Rambeau in this film, we as audience members don't have anything to link Carol Danvers to Earth. We're not going to buy into why she would care anything about Earthlings. From her perspective, this is just a planet that she wound up on. Why would she care about sacrificing anything that she had going on to save us? Also, if you don't have that relationship between Carol Danvers and Maria Rambeau in this film, why would Carol Danvers link anything in her life to Earth? She wouldn't. So she would not be invested in doing any of that type of stuff. You need that relationship. Now, earlier, I had said that this movie was a bit anticlimactic, and I honestly feel that because of that is why a lot of people are maybe not giving it the most favorable reviews. Now, when I say it's anticlimactic, it's because in origin films, in these superhero movies, you gotta give us big pieces of the puzzle as to A, why a character decided to be a hero. Why are we following them? Why are they the one? B, you gotta show us how they got their powers. And it's gotta be entertaining and exciting because this shit is not on a normal level. This chick, when she gets her powers, it's very reminiscent of how the Hulk got his powers. Now, you all know he was involved in some kind of gamma ray explosion, whatever. I'm not saying she was hit by some gamma rays, but there was an explosion. Now, my question is, why is she so special? She don't just get blown up. She gonna absorb the powers? Come on, get the fuck out of here. For real? Number two, the person that Lightweight put her in the position by accident to get these powers, by happenstance to get these powers, who is she? Why do we care about her? We don't get really any true origin or backstory to her. I get it that it's not her story, but fuck, even in The Karate Kid, we know where Mr. Miyagi came from. Now, one thing I didn't care for in this movie was, again, I'm following that whole anticlimactic aspect. For this movie to be a big wow moment, an exciting moment when she finally figures out, damn, I'm really that fucking powerful, or I'm about to rise up and smack down the motherfuckers that's getting me, is she always had that power. She has something on her that she basically takes off and throws out here like, nah, you're not gonna control me. We done seen that shit. Ultron. This motherfucker ain't no strings on me. Thor Ragnarok, man, fuck that. I'm the motherfucker with the hammer. I'm about to lay this shit down. She then does that shit. After she gets rid of that little thing that was keeping her back, she then starts to lay shit down. But she's so powerful that there's nobody that can really stand up to her in this film. So there's no big bad guy. We don't get that hero moment when she really had to overcome adversity. She was in some handcuffs and broke them bitches off like it was nothing. And I personally was like, damn. You mean she just had to do that? You mean she wanted out of the relationship? She just had to take the ring off? Fuck, that's all you got for me? All right, y'all. Now, I don't know I done kept you here long enough.
Got that right, detective.
So I'm about to leave y'all with three things. Number one, this movie is a middle-of-the-road Marvel film.
Oh, come on!
Much like an Ant-Man, entertaining, but it doesn't really add much more to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It just lets you know literally who this character is and what her capabilities are. With that said, it was entertaining to see in the theater. It was fun. There was some moments where you laugh, some moments where you're like, oh, that's sad. So definitely go check this movie out. Number two, there is going to be an end credit scene. I'm not spoiling anything. You already know there's going to be an end credit scene. It's a fucking Marvel movie, so chill out. But what I will say is this. This movie has two endings. It has the ending of the film, anticlimactic. Then it has the end credit scene, big climax. Now, the reason why that end credit scene works better than the actual ending of the film is because in the film, you see how powerful Captain Marvel is. So when the ending or in the end credit scene comes up, you're like, damn, I can't wait to see what comes next. And lucky for us, Infinity War 2 Endgame is coming in April. Fuck yeah! Now, with that said, I hope I gave y'all a little bit of insight into what this movie is all about, how this movie is going to kind of play out. Is it going to be entertaining enough for you? Is it going to fulfill all your hopes and dreams? I don't know. But if you like what you heard here and you like what you saw, do your homie a favor, like, subscribe. Yo, I'm out.